Arsenal is set to visit the Goodson's Park Stadium that capacitates 39,572 people into that stadium, and they are soon shifting to a new stadium as a side of Everton. So we're here to obviously discuss what this game is going to be look like, and obviously what these two teams have on the table to obviously face one another, and this face-off is hugely awaited on Sunday. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, if you know that Arsenal is coming into this game with a huge boost after beating Man United by 3-1 at Emirates Stadium. It was Martin Odegaard leveling the game 35 seconds after United had scored. Declan Rice gave them the lead, and Gabriel Jesus went ahead to obviously take this to the next level and gave Arsenal a comfortable lead ahead of Manchester United. But this time around, they are coming to a stadium where they've gone ahead to take so long to win, because for the previous time they went there, Arsenal was beaten by 1 goal. Arsenal lost by 1-0 to Everton. And when Everton really did that, they are almost lying on the bottom of the table, or they are into the relegation zone. The same applies today. They are 18th. They've gone ahead to scoop only 1 point in all of the games they've gone ahead to play. That is Everton for you, and it shows you how they are almost in the same position. When Arsenal went ahead to play Everton, they are really topping the table, and this time round are they second, behind Man City, and it shows you that it's still an early starter of the season, and Arsenal needs to do their best to beat Everton. But Everton is really experiencing their worst start. 4 games played, lost 3, and they've gone ahead to obviously draw 1 game, and that is against Sheffield. That's where they got the 1 point. So has Arteta gone ahead to rectify himself and obviously got it through the mistakes that obviously made him lose the game of Everton last season? Because even the previous season of 2021-2022, he lost by 2-1, meaning that it's always ugly for Arsenal to obviously go there and win. But the surprising bit is when Arsenal hosts them at Emirates, it runs riot. It runs riot over them, and it's really evident with the number of goals Arsenal have gone ahead. He's obviously going to do the following and obviously do the needful and really bring it to the levels where we deserve it to be. So, for my own understanding, I'll obviously let you know that things are obviously going to go on as planned for the side of Everton versus Arsenal. But Sean Dyche really fighting for his job. He's left with 6 games to obviously prove himself that he can obviously be the manager at Everton, because they brought him in January, I think, to save the capsizing ship, and obviously he saved the ship. But this time around, I don't know how everything is going to pan out when he's facing Mikel Arteta. When you look at Arteta, he's only having 2 players injured. That is Julian Timber and Thomas Partey. Julian Timber obviously expected to return in January, February, and Thomas Partey is expected to return at the beginning of the month of November. That is it, coming in from Thomas Partey and the rest of the players. When you look at Everton, they're really having a huge lineup of players that are really injured. Reading on the sports mall, we have Selmas Coleman is having an injury. Dele Alli is having a groin injury. Gerard Braithwaite withdrew from the injury from the under-21 England squad. Obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is having a face injury. Andre Gomez, calf injury. Lewis Dobbin, knock. Jack Harrison, hip. And Michael Caine there, he's having a knock. Ben Godfrey, he's expected to come in through. And that's what is happening down at that side of Everton. And to my own understanding, it's obviously going to be one of the games to watch on Sunday as Arsenal takes them on. But when you look at Arsenal, they are really fired up. And this is the game they're supposed to take on and obviously play the side of Everton and obviously get 3 points, meaning that they should rectify some of the mistakes that he made last season. And one of the mistakes they made last season was to allow losing to the side of Everton. That is it. So, if you are Arsenal, one of the things you shouldn't allow is losing to Everton. Secure those 3 points, and they'll cover up for the 2 points you went ahead and obviously lost at Emirates as you drew with Fulham, because it's really going to be a highly contested game. For Everton, you know that they are going to park the bus and obviously hit Arsenal on the break. A lot of physicality and a lot of running. For Arsenal, they're obviously going to play the tiki-taka football, but it's going to be swift, with the wide wingers Bukayo Saka and Martinelli electrifyingly quick. You anticipate that the fullbacks of Everton need to have a very huge eye that is going to be observant to this. And now let's get into the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal versus Everton, as most of you are really waiting for it. Now, the system of Arsenal is obviously a 4-3-3 that the manager doesn't change always. And you expect that system to obviously be deployed at the Goodison Park. Now, when you look at the team of Arsenal, they have lots of players to obviously choose, and they're spoiled for choice when it comes to the goalkeeping department. Is it going to be David Raya, or it's going to be Aaron Ramsdale? To my understanding, I believe it's going to be Aaron Ramsdale. It's going to be Aaron Ramsdale. That is it. It's going to be Aaron Ramsdale. Though, if David Raya comes in between the stitches, I'm not going to be surprised, because there is a midweek game that is going to be played in between Arsenal and the side of PSV, where Ramsdale might obviously be in between the stitches that side. So after that, we anticipate Ben White to play onto the right back of Arsenal into that team, and you anticipate that the team is going to take back its shape. Then left back, it's going to be Zinchenko, obviously returning and obviously playing some bit of good work at Man United. Played 2 games for Ukraine, meaning that he has gone ahead to gain the match fitness that is obviously being called in for every time. Then on the right side of the central defense, it's obviously William Saliba coming through to do the job as expected. Then on the left side, centre back, it's going to be Gabriel Magalhaes, obviously fit to play for Arsenal, and hope he's back at the London Conley training today and yesterday to see to it that they obviously take on the team of Everton away from home. And the midfield, I anticipate that's going to be Declan Rice to be played into the CDM area. That is Declan Rice for you. Then Captain Martin Odegaard playing on the other side of the midfield. And the player that most Arsenal fans really hate, Kai Havertz, is obviously going to play some little bit of part into this team. Now, that midfield is obviously going to be facing the midfield of Onana, Idrissa Gueye, and James Garner. So, Onana and Gueye plus Dokore are really some of the physical players I've seen in the history of the Premier League, and the physicality is always going to be matched. And that is one of the things that Mikel Arteta went ahead to rectify last season, that when he played Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and Xhaka, he was really outrun and outpaced in that midfield. So I believe the physicality of Kai Havertz and Declan Rice is going to do a very important job for the side of Arsenal as they take on Everton on Sunday at the Goodison Park. On the right attacking side of the midfield, or the right forward, I anticipate Bukayo Saka to start, though reports came out indicating that Bukayo Saka has a nagging Achilles injury, but I believe he has been playing with it for a very long time, and obviously going to come in through and obviously do the needful and play with it. So I don't anticipate him not to start. I expect Bukayo Saka to start and face off Ashley Young, who plays as the left back for that side. Then on the left forward, Gabriel Martinelli obviously coming in through to start, but even Leandro Trossard is on fire. He scored a couple of goals during the international break with his national team of Belgium. And now, who is Gabriel Martinelli going to be facing? Patterson. And that's going to be a very huge battle because Coleman is really out. And now, who is leading the line. With Gabriel Jesus scoring against Man United, coming off the bench, and Edin Ketia having 3 goal involvements, 2 goals and 1 assist in the previous 4 games that Arsenal have gone ahead to play. Who do you start? Edin Ketia never played any minute in the 2 games of England, and then this guy, Gabriel Jesus, found himself leading the line to obviously get himself to where he deserves to be, and that's exactly where he really got. And I would think he's obviously going to come out and start and play into that position. So that is my predicted starting 11 of Arsenal, and my prediction is 3-1 win for Arsenal, and that win is obviously going to be so much crucial for the side of Arsenal. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your predictions in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and let me see how Mikel Arteta goes with his press conference, and I'm going to return to tell you what this is all gonna be about. I'm out.